What's going on today, YouTube? Back with another one, BWI to ATXF, the channel, and we are going to be installing some quality Japanese carbon fiber, authentic Artisan Spirts, fender inserts. So I know they got some reps and stuff, and just like everything, I don't have anything against reps. I got a rep front lip on there, but certain things just need to be original. Look at this weave. This weave is perfect, and I didn't want to deal with some poorly fitting vents, so I opted to get the real thing. It's very thin to fit with the molding, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So we're going to get into the installation on this, and here we go. So this was one of the last items I put on my car, because this is fully cosmetic. There's no function to this. And I was a little bit, I don't know, uneasy about it just being a stick-on piece, but it's for aesthetics. It's gonna look good. The one thing I can't stand about these, authentic or not, is the fitment, especially if you have a light color car. So we're just gonna get this lined up right here. So this ain't the final or anything, but look at that angle. You can see the white behind there, which I think just is poor execution on that. So what we're gonna do, and you can kind of see the void down there as well. Pick your poison. We're gonna take some black vinyl and wrap up the voids just to make it a little bit more of a cleaner installation. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't put it on the white, but if you put on a light color car, in my opinion, you do need to do exactly that. So I'm gonna put that on. So for the installation today, of course, you're gonna need the inserts. You're gonna need a trim removal tool to get the emblem off. We're gonna use the diluted 91% isopropyl alcohol with water. Very light dilution. Check out my previous video for discussion on that. Of course, glue gun to remove any residual from the emblem. This is a rubber wheel to get off any residual from the emblem. The vinyl tape straight from Amazon, link in the description. Of course, you follow the channel for a while, you understand, but various forms of VHB. So in order to get a good fitment and knowing how to action, you gotta take the emblem off. That's the first step. A few supplemental items. Forgot to disclose. Wax, floss, doubled over. Alternatively, you can use a fishing line, but the wax is gonna help to really glide. You may not need this, but if you start having to use the trim removal tool, you do want to protect the panel. So I would go ahead and tape around this. Like I said, you may or may not need to do that, but this should glide right off. Already got it halfway there. There are two offset holes. I forget the direction, but if you encounter resistance, just know that is the hole going into the quarter or the fender. Once you get to that resistance, go ahead and restart on the other side, and then you should be good to use the pry. This may be easier or harder depending on how long the adhesive has been on the emblem, so keep that in mind. So I had to pull out the tripod just to show you real-time technique. So start on that side, got stuck, get it behind the emblem, just kind of saw through it. You see this black? It's cutting through the adhesive on the back. So again, I'm experiencing resistance right here. So see how this side is getting a little bit further. Keep that in mind. And also, I'm just playing around with it right now. And this wax is actually working out very good because it helps to glide behind the emblem here. You can use a heat gun if you experience too much trouble, but this is, I hear that popping. All right, that's ready to go. So we're gonna take this. I'm not gonna worry about the tape. This is PPF right here. See that movement? It's popping in. Slowly pull, slowly pull. Don't drop your emblem, but you good. So this is gonna be the fitment test here. See the 2 holes? You want that aligned with the 2 holes here. Some people have some issues with that lining up, but we're gonna see how that looks. This test fit is gonna show where we need to apply that thin black vinyl. I know it's gonna be on this entire edge right here. I believe there's gonna be some on the inside, just from my, you know, I'm highly critical of that type stuff. So we're just gonna see how it fits. Note how this is following curves pretty well. If you get a replica, I believe they're a bit thicker and they're gonna be harder to work with, but you can see the flex here. The hole is lining up just fine. This is the precise alignment right there. And it looks good right here. But we do have some voids back here. Again, this is gonna be less of an issue with the darker car, but the white, definitely gotta keep that in mind. So I'm handheld right here just to show you a little bit closer. That's the alignment right there. Yeah, something like that. And you can see the void right there, which I hate. Down there as well. But you get the picture. So we're gonna apply black vinyl all on the inside and the outside just for safe measure. So before we do any other work on this panel, we'll take the isopropyl alcohol, dilute it, mind frame, dilute it, spray it all down. That way you got a good surface to work with. Look at that beading. Ceramic infused PPF. So we'll see if this will stick. If it doesn't, then we're gonna have to get an adhesive promoter, but the vinyl should be just fine. Once that is all clear, the panel is clear, go over here, you can't see nothing. I still got to trim that, but you can see how we tuck behind right up to where the trim piece is, the insert. And now, hope for the best, we're gonna trim this this excess all the way back to where the black is for the weather stripping. Got real good results. So you can see that little strip right there. Now pull it up, looks much more presentable. That little part down there is showing, but I'm fine with that, really, because it makes it a lot better. No one's ever getting this close, but it makes me feel better. And we're just gonna start ripping off that protective film, and we'll be good to move on to the next piece. You know what's actually crazy? That little piece don't look too bad. It really don't look that bad. If you're just watching this for enjoyment and you wanted to do like a little accent, that should look good. Anyway, put this on. I'm just showing y'all the test fit over and over again. Let me take off this emblem. I'm just showing y'all the test fit over and over again because execution is key. You take your time, you're gonna get good results. That's the entire theme of this channel, man. I'm not rushing shit, making sure everything is precise. This is a hobby. All right, holes are lined up. Now look at that. Look real good. Any void is now gone, especially from the outside. You open up the door, cool. Now the voids that we got to work with are on the inside, up there, and down there. So one strip of black paint will be fine. Not paint, but vinyl. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So in order to get a good tuck, we're going to remove this rocker panel partially. If you haven't already, check out the video linked in the upper right corner where I did the Lexus carbon fiber splitters. Shows you the whole uninstallation process, but we're not going to do a full removal. We're going to remove this clip, this bolt, and the bolt right here on this corner, and full send, just to give us a little clearance. There we go. And now look, we're gonna be able to get that real tucked in. Feel free to take it off all the way if you want. Can't do nothing but help. So with this popped out, I did put some painter's tape, just kind of marking where the edge is. You don't need to be precise with this. This is just to give you a little bit of insight of where you need to lay the strip This doesn't need to be wide. An inch or so should suffice, because you do have overlap, so you don't have to be that precise like this one. Same fashion, spray this down real quick. Don't need to be too crazy. Take this, already cut this little corner out so it doesn't peek out too much. And like I said, this one doesn't need to be that precise. Just get it tucked down, give it a little stretch so it doesn't hook. Once you get it seated down here, go ahead and remove that tape. That should be about good. All right, so it's a test fit. Had to cut around that hole, trim this up. And this is not fully secure. This is just a test fit. So once you get this seated, look at that black all the way through. All the way through, no white. So we're gonna wrap this little edge up, then we're gonna do another test fit, show y'all the difference. Look at that execution. Look at that execution. Nah, it's just business as usual. Put the VHB on there, reinstall the Emblem, but can't see no voids, no black on that. Side, this is proper. So this is the arrangement I use. I use some thinner VHB with some thicker VHB up here. This is overkill, but I know this is gonna be, if this fails, this is gonna stay. It's a flimsy piece, so don't want it too crazy on there permanently. And I should be able to wear something back here if needed. So we're gonna go ahead and get the final installation on here. Start these two off, easily accessible. This is gonna be on this corner right here. Take everything else off. Need to be precise with the initial placement, so definitely take your time, because once everything starts sticking, that's it. Start with these inner pieces first. Start pulling. Oh, fuck. It's on there and all. I'm gonna just continue with this one. Apply pressure and all the mount points. And of course, you get some mount tape for this. Install this back. I'm gonna just show this for presentation purposes. And that's the install. So this is the final result on the Artisan Spirit vent. So real seamless execution, or flawless execution, to the best that I could do. So don't see that white void in the crack. And open up the door. This is what you see. You can see a little bit of white on there, but that's, I'm accepting that all day. You really don't need to get that far into it, and you really gotta look for it. That void is a little bit down there, but again, I'm taking that all day. A little bit of critical feedback. I did purchase these, and I did pay a premium for them. I feel a certain type of way about this piece. It's beautiful weave and everything, but the fitment is not where it should be. It's just not. I've reached out to Artisan Spirits because apparently there's a lip on this edge and it's supposed to sit in the channel of the gap. Well, if you do that, that's not going to match up. The holes are not going to match up for the Emblem. And now you just really got to do a lot more adjustments than what it should be out of the box. I'm sorry. If you're paying a premium for this piece, it needs to be better than what this is. However, I will say this is still the best piece that you can get for this car. Look at the outcome. I've had this on a few weeks. This has not came undone. Make sure you heat up the vinyl for that to stick, because you don't want the VHB to bond and then pull the vinyl off. But this has been a few weeks at a time, and real good result. Check out the other side. Look at that weave though. Beautiful. Now, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. Same thing on this side. Can't see it. But that's the end result of this installation. Go ahead with that feedback. If you do proceed to get one of these, I do like it. It just comes with a little more issues than what I think it should have came with for the price. Follow this technique and you're gonna be golden if those issues arise for you. It's been another episode of BWI to ATXF, the channel. And go ahead, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate y'all support over the years. We got more videos coming. And if you haven't already, go ahead, hop into the Discord group. Link in the description. F in the chat to talk about F stuff all day. Any questions, go ahead. Just hop in. Oh, man, I forgot to say. My Lexus rear diffuser has suffered casualties. It's a little crack on there I need to repair. It's another video, but been another episode. I'll catch y'all next time.